During the show, what the fuck? I'm now setting up a loop that's basically preparing me for failure. I quickly realised that, however, I've made myself a bit nervous at this point. So I think, fuck it. I want this to work. So I get the rugby team to come into the work line, close the door, have a cursory look around, try and spot if there's any hidden cameras in the room, on the basis that I know that the word in the past I've shown footage of people in their dressing rooms and all this, because I don't want what I'm about to do shown on TV. And I say, look guys, in an hour and a half, 4 of you are going to be chosen as the best of you that I hypnotise in a minute. But that's if I hypnotise you. Because what I mean by that is I can hypnotise you all, then decide which of you are the 4 best, and it will take us about the next 90 minutes. We've just about got enough time. Or you can decide amongst yourselves which 4 of you are going to go on TV and do exactly what I tell you to do the very second moment instant I tell you to do it. And we'll have a quick 5-minute rehearsal, and within 10 minutes maximum, we can be in the VIP bar over there, for which I have this pass. Which means any drinks I order are free, whereas you've got to pay for them. Shall we spend the next hour and a half me hypnotising you, or would you like to be in the bar? They very quickly found out amongst themselves which 4 were going to appear on TV. I very quickly went up to them and said, when I say sleep, you close your eyes. We did it a couple of times. I said, basically you do what I say. For the next 50 minutes, they proceeded to get pissed. At Planet 24's expense, who to this day probably wondering how I ran up a personal bar bill so big. Out it went on air. To anyone looking, those people were hypnotised when I told them what to do, they did it. When I said sleep, they closed their eyes. Put their head forward against the chest. Well, they have their head forward. The stereotypical hypnotised look. When I said in a few months' time when you're waking up, you've been struggling up to each other, but this time when you're waking up, you'll realise you've got a sore ass, you've got an erection, you've got a funny taste in the mouth, you don't know what you've been doing, but whatever it was, wide awake. The one guy jumps up, my fucking ass, the other one's spitting. Perfect, reacted the way they should. Because that basically, actually, after the event, I realised, arguably, they were hypnotised. I didn't go through a formal hypnotic induction process, but you know what? Arguably, the process was, here's a card, I can get you free drinks. Do you want them? They made a commitment to do what I said when I said, for the motivation. There's a motivation to do it. It's all the same when you look at it. I didn't realise that at the time. Looking back at it, there was something in it for them. There's always something in it for the people who take part in the stage hypnosis show. And therapeutically, well, that's self-explanatory. Because it gives them there's always something in it for them. That is why they take part in the show. Or that is why they make the changes and will pay good money for it. So I'm 17, bringing this to a close for lunch. As a result of that, I end up with residency in London. Things snowball. And essentially since then, with the exception of Darren Brown, and I'm including his name because a lot of people perceive him as being a hypnotist, even though he prefers to call himself a mentalist, but he does use hypnosis, so we'll include him. But other than Darren Brown, Paul McKenna, who's obviously now doing more self-help in America, but I'm going to include him because he was from Britain originally. Other than them, Darren Brown, Paul McKenna, and Peter Powers, if we include his Australian shows as well, Peter Powers, I've had more television shows around the world as a hypnotist, stage hypnotist, than any other living stage hypnotist in history, other than those. Sorry, I'm not being, slightly, I've been on more shows. I may not actually have had more of my own shows, but I've been on more shows individually. So what? Well, the only relevance for telling you that is that when I tell you that television, whether it's for fucking stage hypnosis or for therapy, wonderful cures, is the biggest crock of shit ever. And is the easiest environment you will ever encounter to get a cure, because the people don't want to look dickheads it not working on TV, or they never had the problem in the first place, or they fabricated the problem so that they could sell their magazine story, or they have genuinely, possibly a few of them, decided now is the time that they need a reasonable excuse to change and no longer have to blame themselves. But at the end of the day, it's going to, the majority of the time, your success is pretty much guaranteed in that environment. As long as you appear like this is going to work, because you appear comfortable in the television environment, they're like, oh, I'm just getting me 15 minutes of fame, what's all this about? Same with stage, it's the easiest environment ever. So don't, you know, what I'm saying is, if you ever get the opportunity to go on TV, you don't go, oh, will it work like TV? I'm telling you, it's more likely to work in that environment, especially now we live in a society where there's so much reality TV and people want the 15 minutes of fame. It's got easier over the years because of shows like that than it was years ago, but even then it still applied. There were people out there, the people who volunteer or phone up to go on shows, want their fame. So you are going to be successful. So therefore, knowing this means you cannot, basically you can't fail in that environment. That's what I'm trying to get to. Trust me, because I've done it. And to draw till lunchtime, because this afternoon we're actually going to start hypnotising, the key of all that is, I started off by saying, word for word, and doing action for action, what was in that manuscript and on the audios for therapy, and it worked. And once Delavar helped me to distract my mind and believe in myself more, project that, doing what I saw done and saying what I'd heard said worked for the stage side as well. But the commonality between them both was acting as if I'd done it a million times before, even though for, say somebody came to me with a fear of wasps. I'd never treated someone with a fear of wasps before, but I'd acted low, I'd treated dozens of clients successfully. I'd casually go, oh, this is great, I'm so glad you've come to me, and I can help you overcome this issue like I've done for so many people before. You don't need to say a number, it implies you've done it loads of times. It puts them in the mindset, this person knows what they're doing. And obviously they then feel better about giving you money or having paid a ticket for the show. So they start brainwashing themselves that it will work. Because why wouldn't they? Because why would you be advertising it otherwise? And that's why the more cost involved, more commitment, the more likely it is to work as well, therapeutically. Because they made more of a commitment. And the same with shows, I promise you this. If you're doing a show in a venue where they have paid a ticket price to come in through the door, you will invariably, there's always exceptions to the rule, but the majority of the time when they pay the ticket price, you will have a far more responsive audience than when it's a free event. Because there's no really made a commitment, they just happen to be there. You're in a pub or club, you're incidental to them getting paid. It just happens to be a bit of a bonus. Unless they paid a ticket price in. Then they're in a totally different frame of mind, I promise you. So hopefully the message, aside from monkey see, monkey do it, is simple as that. In that regards this afternoon, we will actually do. It's where we become physical this afternoon. So don't eat too much in the next hour and a half. For some of you I will be throwing on the floor. Other people I will be borderline criminal assaulting, but it won't be criminal assault because you will have volunteered for it. And with that note, hour and a half for lunch back here for 2:30, please. Thank you very much. Yes, it worked.